I want you to break through any hair growth plateau that you have. Grow your hair from long to longer. Honestly, if you saw the thumbnail, if I had known now what I know then, I could have went from my big chop to like where my hair was, and now it's longer than mid-back. It's waist length heading to tailbone before the year ends in a shorter span of time. So if you go on Deanna'sBreakthroughFormula.com, you're gonna see in the DBF challenge the written version of this. I just printed it out to review, so let's get into it right now. We're gonna go through this challenge step by step, well, day by day, and you're gonna follow the weekly schedule. Now, this is a guide and a template, but this is the best guide and template to help you get your goals extremely fast. So let's start with Sunday, okay? You can start your routine at any point in the week, but you know, makes sense to start with Sunday. So for Sunday, you're going to, in the morning, it goes through, oh, by the way, it goes morning, afternoon, evening, 7 days a week. It's an intense challenge. Do you want the length or not? Trying to help you, okay? So, Sunday morning, scalp massage for 10 minutes. You can scalp massage with your hands. Now, if you scalp massage with your hands, I want you to it's very important that you know how to scalp massage. This is not a scalp massage. Putting your hand on your head, squeezing into your scalp, and moving it around. You see how you see my skin moving? That's a scalp massage, okay, my friends? This is just creating friction and adding frizz to your hair. This is a scalp massage, period. Now, if you're like me and you're like, I ain't gonna do that for all 10 minutes, okay? Get a electric scalp massage. This is the comfier. I've been using this for a couple of years, and it has helped break my hair plateau. Now, you're probably like, is your hair long? It is. It's also well protected. I band it in bands, and I loop the ends to tuck it in to retain length, and so my ends don't brush against here. But trust me, if I were to stretch my hair, it's pretty long, so it's waist length. So if you saw the reference picture, you know it's long. So anyway, scalp massage, 10 minutes, really relaxing. Okay, if you are like me and you're like, I just did my hair, I don't want a lot of frizz, put your bonnet on and do it. And it works because it's going to your scalp. It's not about moving your hair around, it's about scalp. Scalp massages stimulate so much circulation, and it's amazing. Okay, so scalp massage for 10 minutes on your Sunday morning. Now, afternoon, this is your wash day reset routine, okay? It's completely optional, but we don't recommend that you go more than 4 weeks without washing your hair. I'm starting to implement weekly wash days. I actually do this on Saturday instead of Sunday, but like I said, it's customizable. Do what works for you. So let's go over what you'll need to do on Sunday for your wash day routine. You're gonna lightly rinse your hair with lukewarm water. That's optional because the thing you do on, we'll get to Friday, is you're gonna do a deep oiling, so that's gonna carry, but you don't have to, okay? I mean, if your hair is caking with oil, rinse it a little bit, but if the oil is pretty much absorbed from your hot oil treatment, you're good. You don't necessarily need to unless you want to. You're gonna section your hair into, or your protective style if you had mini twisted and you're not redoing it, into 4 to 8 sections. You can do 2. I know with longer hair you don't have to do as many sections, but I like to do 6 sections. Okay, so 4 to 8, I do about 6 sections. Then you're going to apply rosemary tea mixture to each section. Then coat with favorite deep conditioner or hair mask. We have the rosemary tea recipe online. I'm not going to tell you. I mean, you can read it online. So like, because people be like, what is it? I'm like, go online, or you know what, watch this brief clip and this is the recipe. Let's prepare our growth stimulating rosemary tea with 3 sprigs of rosemary, 2 pieces of crushed ginger, 2 cups of water into a saucepan. Once we have that, we're going to let that simmer and turn to low for 15 minutes. Once the 15 minutes is completed, we're going to put it on the back burner and let it cool. Once it's cool, we're going to strain into a Pyrex cup. Then we're going to add our tablespoon of MSM powder and a little drizzle of honey or agave for softness to our hair. Stir really well, add to your bottle, and it's ready to go. Good. Now that you understand how to make that rosemary tea, rosemary is amazing to boost growth tremendously, okay? Rosemary water layered with rosemary oil. We'll get into that, okay? So once you sprayed your roots, your hair with the rosemary tea, then you added your favorite deep conditioner. This is like one of my favorite conditioners. This is the L'Oreal Elvive. It has a lot of protein. It's 91 grams of protein per jar. So it's not enough to be like such an intense protein treatment, but enough to help and like restore your hair and deep condition. You never skip deep conditioning, I feel like. So I'll make a separate video about myths in the hair community about growth, but like deep conditioning is how it does in a way help with growth, and it does well more like with length retention, because if your lengths are dry, what length are you retaining? Be for real. So it's very slip-like. It has a lot of slip. It's like, but it does have dimethicone. It does have silicone in it. And if you're like, I don't like the silicones, I don't like the silicones, well, you can use the Shea Moisture Amla mask. Or I just bought this. I haven't used it yet, but it has so many great reviews. This is the Cocoa and Eve Like a Virgin. We could try it together. I believe this doesn't, it might, never mind, don't take my word for it. I don't know if it has dimethicone. It does, never mind. Use this apps. If you're like, I don't want to use dimethicone in my hair, don't, babes, okay? This is not, I am not against silicones. Now for our company, Deanna's Breakthrough Formula, I definitely don't formulate it because people are allergic to it, so we try to be as allergen friendly as possible. I know there's someone out there who's like, I'm allergic to that one obscure ingredient, but we're just talking overall. You got it? Cool. So you're gonna put your favorite deep conditioner, cover with a plastic cap, let it sit for 30 to 45 minutes with or without heat. The longer you do it, the less heat you need. If you're doing it for like 15-20 minutes, put a microwavable deep conditioner cap, or sit under heat, or take a blow dryer, roll it around your hair. It all has the same effect, okay? Rinse the deep conditioner thoroughly, then we'll rinse the deep conditioner and then shampoo thoroughly. So what I like to do is I like to rinse the deep conditioner halfway off and then start to shampoo. So in case any of you are like, shampoo strips my hair, that's a trick to cleanse your scalp without it, you know, in your hair, without it feeling like you're stripping your hair. And when I do that, it works, you know. So that's my advice. Then apply a regular conditioner, then let sit for 5 minutes. If your hair is in a protective style, let's say you did mini twists, don't, like, unless you're redoing your set, don't undo all your mini twists and then redo them. Like, if you're not, you know, that's what you are going back over in your, you know, when you add your curl cream or whatever. Don't do that in the shower. That's just wasting time, okay? So for those of you who are like, do I have to take my protective style out? Not unless you want to go through all that again. You can or you can't. Depends if you're resetting the style, okay? And then when you come out the shower, or after you rinse the conditioner, then apply the leave-in conditioner. Then you're going to spray your roots again with the rosemary tea mixture, and then put that in the fridge because there's no preservative, so it needs to be refrigerated. After that, coat your hair with a curl cream. We have Coils or curls to restyle, and you can layer with shea butter to seal the moisturizer. So this is the curl cream, whoops, that I use. I use the Coils curl cream from Deanna's Breakthrough Formula. What I like about this is, other than that, I formulated it, and I know it's like, you're biased. I'm really not. I couldn't find a curl cream that had MSM powder, that was thick, that, you know, I was struggling to find something that I didn't have to layer with shea butter, right? And, you know, with grease in order to weigh my hair down. Now, you see how I use it out? It's very thick though. So this is the consistency. Let me see if I can get a little bit more. So it's very thick. As you can see, it's thick. Okay, and the curls cream is just the lesser, it's not as thick as this. So the curls cream is for wavy, like type 1 and type 2 can use it. I mean, it's rich, so you'll just adjust the amount. If you're type 1, type 2, and you need a curl cream for your curls, obviously, then adjust the amount. You're not going to need globs. You might just need the dime size amount, okay? So it's just important to understand that these products were formulated to be intensely rich. This is the mango butter and flaxseed oil collection. I formulated so that mango butter and flaxseed oil were in there in abundance. So there's no questioning, you know, and that was the reason why I created my line. One of the reasons, because I didn't want to have to guess, is this advertised ingredient in here? When you formulate, and before you're like, well, what's your credentials? Deanna, let me tell you, I went to school for molecular and cell biology. I was going to be a doctor, and I still might be a research doctor, but I am a cosmetic chemist. And you're like, well, let's see the degree. Let's see. Okay. This is the degree that they said couldn't keep me warm at night, by the way. And boom, it's a blanket. Can you see where it says molecular and cell biology? And my name, Deanna Kelly East. So yeah, that's the degree. And I went to UConn. Obviously you could see, I don't know if you could see, University of Connecticut. So yeah, that is, you know, you learn to research, you learn, you know, and I have a passion for hair care, so there's a ton of research. And I'm Jamaican, so herbalism is a part of culture, so it's important to combine the two, and that's what inspired this line. So science and just having holistic nature about hair care. So that's why I love this curl cream, and I love the curls cream, even though I have used it before when I ran out of this and I just need to add some shea butter, but this is thick. This will get your protective style right. As you can see, my hair is very juicy, very moisturized, giving what it needed to have gave. So that's why I used to style my hair. So highly recommend. But if you have a curl cream that you love, keep using it, my friends. And then after you add your curl cream to your protective style, don't worry, you know, for my relaxed silk press girlies, you know, for my friends who are like, I cannot do that, my hair will revert, there's modifications for this challenge towards the end of the video, so keep watching, because you're still going to need to understand weekly what's entailed with this challenge, right? So once you finish add that, you're going to add some sealant butter to your ends. You're probably like, what's a sealant butter? Again, I invented a product for length retention called Deanna's Sealant Butter. Now, before I made this makeshift product, and it was like Murray's beeswax, shea butter, MSM powder, honey, and I mashed it with a fork, and that did the trick. But this is more effective because it has coconut milk, and it has things that promote a lot of hydration, like coconut milk, like filtered. We use filtered water, by the way, just to help the hair out. And in our products, so the product, that's just a fun thing, we do put all filtered water in our products instead of just like hard tap water. So, you know, it does make a difference, believe it or not. And yeah, so I invented the sealant butter, and you're probably like, what does it do? Well, the sealant butter literally seals your ends, and you're probably like, why is that important? It's important because if you're trying to retain length, which there were no products on the market geared toward length retention. It's not for type 4 naturals. I mean, I know they had split end, but you know, the thing about type 4 is our hair is so curly that our ends, they can get those single strand knots, and if you pull those little single strand knots up to the root, you're gonna start experience a lot of breakage. And if I had known that a few years ago, if I had known that 3-4 years ago, I probably would have been tailbone length by now, but I didn't know that was the reason why. I didn't know me doing wash and goes or twist outs and having all those single strand knots was the reason that it didn't matter how much growth I had, it was breaking off. I had no idea. So inventing this, I'll show you what it looks like. It's very creamy, it's butter, it's literal butter, and it's very rich. I mean, it's extremely rich. When I say it has, out of all our products, they all have a lot of mango butter and flaxseed oil. This has the most. You know it's rich, and we use cold pressed organic flaxseed oil, which is a DHT inhibitor, which grows hair. But you know it's rich in that flaxseed oil because it's yellow. We don't have dyes. This golden yellow comes from the flaxseed oil, which organic cold pressed flaxseed oil is naturally like a natural orangey hue pigment. It's not clear, it just looks like this. So that's where this golden buttery, you know, color comes from. And it has this collection has like, it's like a warm vanilla with sandalwood, mahogany, and teak wood. So it's not so scented it's like whoa, but it's just the perfect enough where it's like, oh, this smells good. And people really love the scent. And if you're just like, what are the reviews? Go on the website, check out the reviews. The reviews are really great. Like, God is really good, because he's just really good. So the fact that people are like, no, this actually does what it says it's supposed to do, and it gave what it needed to have given, it helps. So keep that in mind. Seal your ends. Now, if you don't need to, like if your ends like, oh, I can just add the curl cream and my ends are sealed, good for you. But listen, you want your ends to be like juicy. You're not gonna see not one knot, all of them clumped. That's what it really does. It clumps these ends. It's a wrap, my friends, and you're gonna have a lot of length retention. Like I said, I would have been at tailbone length if I knew even 3 years ago. If I had this 3 years ago, I would have been at if I had known about this. So hopefully you having this information now, you're gonna get to that length a lot quicker, especially if you just big chopped your hair or you're starting again. This is gonna help you because you're gonna get these results a lot quicker. And by the way, I'm the opposite of gatekeeping. I tell you and give you too much information, so you never have to ask me like, well, she didn't clarify. I mean, if you have a question, obviously ask your question, but you never have to worry that I'm just holding back information. I'm gonna give you too much information, and then you decide what you want with it. Okay, want to do with it. Cool. So then once you seal your ends with the sealing butter, this is still Sunday, okay? And as I go through this, I won't have to keep clarifying because you already know what sealing ends, scalp massaging, you'll know what that all entails. Then you're gonna stretch your hair with soft ties and scrunchies. My hair is stretched. So I actually have my hair stretched in 2 separate bands, and then I banded the bands. And this is literally how I wear my hair. Like, I used to do mini twists, and I love mini twists. Love her down, love her down, love her down, love a good mini twist set. But who's gonna do all these mini twists? No, because who is gonna sit there? Because no one, it's like I can't pay people enough to do these mini twists. Like, I could pay them my kidney, and it's still not gonna be enough because they're like, who is gonna sit and detangle and do them and seal my ends? Like, a kidney, a black market kidney would not be enough. So you know, I do medium twists now, and it takes me like one movie, like 1 hour-and-a-half movie, which I can deal with. Mini twists take me like the entire Marvel, just Star Wars, like a saga of movies. So but if you have the patience for mini twists, so my hair is getting longer, I'm like, I don't have the patience, and no one is gonna do it no matter what I pay them to do it. So whatever. Okay, awesome. So speaking of that, and then you have 3 scalp massages. So it's a 30-minute scalp massage. You can break it down into 10-minute intervals. The scalp massager, oh, here it is, it runs for 10 minutes at a time. So that's how you know when that goes off and that goes off and that goes off. That's 3 scalp massages right there. 3 10-minute scalp massages. Okay, so all in all, you massage your scalp for 40 minutes a day. The goal is 40 to 50 minutes a day. Hey, you know, you want the link, you gotta put in that work. Okay, and you literally just clicking the button, and you just, when you're scrolling on TikTok or watching a movie or at work or whatever, and you're doing something, just put this and this, boom. Or if you're married and you have a relationship, ask your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, wife, please scalp massage. Like, say the please. Okay. Recommended protective styles for your, you know, your weekly or bi-weekly, tri-weekly, like monthly. Don't exceed a month without washing your hair, even if it's in your protective style. Please, like, just don't. Okay. We recommend mini, medium, large twists and braids and flat twists. And then we recommend to stretch the hair with soft black ties, scrunchies, or curls save heat, i.e. the Rev Air. So I have a Rev Air partner here, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a partner with them. I'm saying that because I always wanted a Rev Air. So if you want to stretch your hair, some people thrive with stretch styles. I go back and forth. I try not to exceed heat, even though it's completely safe and it's not going to damage your curl. For me, I like to do heat once a month. So if I do heat, it's going to be the Rev Air, and it's going to be once a month. I'm going to show you. I just tore up my room. So this is it. It's a, I don't know what this is, but it was my rosemary oil got on this. But yeah, this is the Rev Air, and it has a tubey thing, and it has the attachment, and you boom, and I made a video on how I did it, and I did this bomb mini twist set. Like, you should watch that video, because that mini twist set, it took forever. I think it took 2 seasons of my wife and kids to get through. Like, it took 1 full season, and then them going to Hawaii, and then Jay it was like, so do it actually, like if you want to. I should have spanned it out over a couple of days, but I had to go to a carnival, so I was trying to like hurry it up. Okay, so yes, avoid direct heat, tight hairstyles. So if you like to do slick backs real tight, you're gonna start getting tension alopecia, my friends. So no one said you can do slick backs, but avoid doing them really tight. Now, I want you to avoid wash and goes and twist outs, because those are prone to single strand knots, okay? Unless, like I said, if you're like, well, wash and goes work for me, twist outs work for me, do what works for you. I'm just saying, if you've tried wash and goes and twist outs and you notice that you're having issues retaining length, it could be because of these single strand knots. And if you're noticing that when you do those styles, you have single strand knots, that could be the reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's important for you guys to Understand that. Great, now we made it past Sunday. Let's go to Monday. The rest is pretty straightforward. So on Monday, morning, afternoon, and evening. For the morning, you're gonna scalp massage 10 minutes. Afternoon, scalp massage 10 minutes. And evening, scalp massage for three 10-minute sessions, or 30 minutes in total. Tuesday, in the morning, you're gonna scalp massage for 10 minutes. Now, in the evening, there is no afternoon routine. You're just gonna go to the evening, and this is gonna be your evening routine. You're gonna scalp massage for 10 minutes. You're gonna derma roll your scalp for 2 to 3 minutes. Let me see. Oh, found mine. So this is a derma roller. Make sure you clean it with some rubbing alcohol before each use. And what you do is you rub it, or you roll it on your edges very gently. I like to go here, here, and you can go on your scalp anywhere that you feel like you want to increase the density. You go back and forth, and I recommend before you do this, well, you're gonna do it in order, but it doesn't hurt. It will feel like a little prickly, but it doesn't hurt. I promise you, as someone whose pain tolerance isn't the best, I mean, debatable, but it helps to stimulate a lot of growth, especially when you're doing it, when you're layering it with scalp oiling, watering, and your hair care. So it's not needed, but it definitely does help. So I recommend it. And this is the Koi Beauty, and I got this from Amazon. This couldn't have been more than $10, I believe, $10. You know, so look for a well-reviewed one like this one. Awesome. So then you're going to generously spray your roots and mist hair with rosemary tea. So that's why it's important. So basically, you almost know, like when you're raking, and you're raking the earth, and then you plant the seeds, and then you water it. It's kind of, and then it grows. It's kind of the same type of vibe. You're raking it, creating little indentations. You're watering it, and then you can add more hair, more growth. So, which is what you want if you're trying to promote a lot of growth and fill in edges, you know. So after you spray your roots, really get your roots, especially with that rosemary tea, then you're going to apply your rosemary scalp oil to roots. I highly recommend the Extreme Hair Growth Promoting Rosemary Herb Scalp Oil. This is from DBF, our company. The reason why I highly recommend this oil is because, and you're probably like, it's because it's your company. No, it's because this only has 4 oils in it. It's black castor, no, the main oil is black cumin oil, extra virgin olive oil, then flaxseed oil, Jamaican black castor oil, just 4 oils, and the herbs are in a thorough heated process. So if you've ever seen, like, let's say you made ginger tea with fresh ginger root, and if you made fresh ginger tea, how do you make fresh ginger tea with fresh ginger root? Well, ideally you crush the ginger a little bit, and then you add it to a pot, you let it boil, and then you let it steep. It's a similar process we do because we add a lot of rosemary and basil. Rosemary and basil are rich in carcinic acid. Carcinic acid inhibits DHT production. When you inhibit DHT production, you basically promote so much growth, because DHT is the enzyme responsible for hair loss. So people with androgenic alopecia, male pattern baldness, thinness, that's the reason. So by inhibiting DHT, you're promoting a lot of hair growth. And it inhibits DHT because it actually inhibits, carcinic acid inhibits the enzyme that converts testosterone to DHT. So that's why it's so effective at hair growth and regrowth. So the rosemary is really steeped, you know, because and this is not to shade anyone, but just by adding the herb in the oil, you're not going to get the same effect. That's like if I just added ginger into water and thought it was good. Like, you want it to immerse, so heat helps to release the effects, and then we let it alone and we let it steep for days. So that's why it's super effective, and it smells like, it has like a nice herbal, earthy aroma, and it's just very comforting, very luxurious. Like hints of, it has hints of sandalwood, bay rum, and like a little vanilla. But it's a nice, like, subtle herbal scent. I love this oil. I'm really happy to have formulated. Like I said, I didn't even realize that's what I was doing, and I was like, not me with the whole degree in molecular and cell biology. Didn't realize that I am a cosmetic chemist. Dope. So highly recommend this oil. It's 4 ounces, which is also rare. Most scalp oils are not 4 ounces. They're 2. I know, because I was looking at, they're usually 2 ounces, you know, 2 to maybe not even 3 ounces. It's usually 2.2 ounces or 2.5, but this is full 4 ounces. So I find that if I were to use this in alignment with this plan, and I'm generous with oil, I get about a month per oil, like, you know, so for my scalp oiling. So like, take your scalp oiling seriously. Again, if you have a scalp oil that you're like, girl, I swear by it, I love it, don't worry about this. You know, these are just product recommendations because I understand the effects of it, because I formulated it. So just wanted to make that abundantly clear. Okay, so once you scalp oil, then you're going to generously apply hair oil. Now for hair oil, I just combine avocado oil and extra virgin olive oil and add a little rosemary oil. Or if I'm feeling in the mood, I will add a bunch of like awesome herbs. So I add rosemary, I'll take some rosemary, some basil, some peppermint leaf, whatever I'm feeling like my hair needs. Some what's it called, some fennel, and I'll take some fenugreek leaves, and I'll steep it in the avocado oil, olive oil mixture, and then I'll add my rosemary essential oil. That's just an extra step. Maybe we'll sell it in the future, maybe we won't, wink. But you know, I use that to oil my hair. But listen, some plain olive oil, if in avocado oil or just plain olive oil, is amazing. Especially extra virgin olive oil will do the trick for oiling your hair. So I do that from my mids to ends, and then I evenly coat my hair with my curl cream. I use the Coils. That seal ends with sealing butter, non-negotiable. Length has to be retained, you feel me? Then I stretch my hair with soft ties or scrunchies. Wednesday, morning, scalp massage for 10 minutes. Afternoon, scalp massage for 10 minutes. Evening, scalp massage for 30 minutes, 3 10-minute sessions, and I apply the scalp oil before. Sometimes, like I said, you have to feel like, if you feel like your hair is nourished enough, you don't need scalp oil. But you know what? Applying the scalp oil daily, like a rich rosemary oil daily, does not hurt. It will only help your hair growth. Like, you may not need as much if you're doing like just a scalp massage as you were like you are actually oiling your scalp, like you will be on the Friday or whenever you use your hair oiling day. But a nice generous amount of, a good amount, like 2 little vials, like 1 vial, 2 vial, or you can put 2 vials on your fingers, rub up and massage, perfect. Or use your electric one. If you are going to use your electric one, scalp massager with hair oiling, I recommend you do it after you apply the oil, and you tie your hair with a bonnet or a scarf or something like that, and then you massage it through. Because what will happen is, if this starts to get oily, the prongs will become undone, and the adhesive between like the prong and the base will become separate. So make sure, if you don't just oil your scalp and then like put this on, like put a bonnet on, or buy one of those scalp massagers. I see that you can put the oil in and it massages. Those are, they're pretty expensive though. Those are like $100, $200. I mean, a great investment. I might invest into that. Like, that sounds like a dope. But that's just my suggestion. If you want to just put the scalp oil on, you're like, oh, I want to use this one, just put a bonnet, put your hair in a scarf, bonnet, boom, you're good. Okay, so now we're on Thursday, and it's the same as Friday. Scalp massage for 10 minutes in the morning, scalp massage for 10 minutes in the afternoon, 3 10-minute scalp massage sessions in the evening. Scalp oil is optional. It's up to you whether you want a scalp oil. And Friday now is morning scalp massage for 10 minutes, evening hair oil day. This is your prep for hair oiling, yay. Okay, this makes a huge difference. When I tell you, when you do this weekly hair routine, you will see such a difference in your hair. Like this, because of all the scalp massaging and the hair care and the protective styling, like there's no way you will do this and not see effects. Like, it's just, the only way you won't see effects is if you won't do it. Like, don't not do the plan and then be like, why is it not working? Like, it's like, oh my god, I'm failing tests while you're studying. No, well, you're just being slow. Like, actually do it and be like, well, it's so much work. It's like, this is a lot of hair. You're gonna spur a lot of new growth in a short amount of time. It's kind of like if you have to do, like, I'm not talking like an unsafe crash diet. But if you wanted to like drop weight fast, it's like, okay, well, cut out processed foods, okay? Try to eat more wholer foods. Make sure you're getting daily exercise. It's like, that's too much. I'm like, do you want to look snatched or not? Do you want your lungs and your liver to get a break? Do you want your whole body to get a reset? Or do you want to be full with inflammation? Get with it, people. I'm trying to help you. Hair oil day Friday. Scalp massage for 10 minutes. Non-negotiable. You always scalp massage. Then derma roll for 2 to 3 minutes. Completely optional, but helpful. Generously spray in roots and mist hair with rosemary tea mixture. Don't skip that step. You saw the recipe. It's all you need is you saw the thing, the spray bottle, the rosemary. And if you don't have the MSM powder, it's okay. Like, you don't have to be like, I don't have it. It just adds the extra strengthening benefit to your hair, because MSM is, like I said, made up of we have disulfide bonds. It helps to strengthen the bonds that comprise our hair. But listen, if it's just the rosemary and some water and a little piece of ginger or ginger powder, as long as that rosemary is in there, you're gonna get the effects, trust. And then you're going to apply your scalp oil to your roots generously, and then you're going to really generously apply your oil from your mids to ends. Now, I love to put my oil in this pump bottle. You can put it in a jar, but this is just so much easier to pump and less messy, and rather than pour, it's just so much easier. So just find a regular pump bottle and you put your oil in it. I mean, you do whatever works for you. I just recommend the pump bottle because it's so much easier. Make sure you put a nice towel down, or not a nice towel, a towel you don't love, and you put that down when you're doing your hair oiling. Cool? Cool. And then seal your ends with sealant butter. Now, you know, I understand that sealant butter, it duals as like moisturizing, but it seals your ends. And the thing about hair oiling that never appealed to me at first is that my ends are always dry. And usually I like to use the sealant butter in conjunction with my curl cream. But I thought, let me oil my hair and then use my sealant butter on my ends. So when I started oiling my hair and putting the sealant butter, I'm like, okay, my mids are strengthened and so are my ends because they're sealed, they're not dry. So the sealant butter, if you're a type 4 natural, or even if you're not, you could be type 1, type 2, you would just have to adjust the amount of like a product. And like I said very quickly, well, this is actually really important, that we're conditioned to believe thicker products for thicker hair. But it's no, thicker products, richer products are indicative of the ingredients typically being in there, which is not something you find in a highly capitalistic industry of how can we make the most money by not necessarily put the key ingredients in there. And you'll find that companies that do are really exorbitant and you're not going to get a lot of product. But like I said, what I love about the way I intention this company to be affordable but priced reasonably, because you're taking more whole ingredients, it's going to be a whole lot more money on our end as a company. But we want to make sure we never compromise the integrity. That just feels unethical. It just doesn't feel right. So it's important that if you're like, listen, no matter how much oil I put on my ends are never moisturized. Well, let me tell you, oil does not moisturize. Oil does not hydrate. Oil and water don't mix. They're polar. Oil is non-polar. Water is polar. Polar means it has a charge, okay? So something is polar. There's a little chemistry. So when people say hydrating oil, I'm like, I don't know, what are they solubilized to get that oil, they solubilize to get the water in there, but that's not oil's role. Oil is to seal moisture. So oil is effective in sealing moisture. However, when it comes to your ends, they're so delicate, it may not always be the best thing. Now, there are people, it works for them, okay? They can put oil on their ends and their ends will be sealed. They can put just shea butter or grease and their ends will be sealed. Not me, okay? Everyone is different and it didn't work for me. So if you're in that same boat, I highly recommend you try the sealant butter so you can have sealed ends. Like, I recommend it, because I know I invented the product, which was an accident, by the way. But when I realized how effective it was, I was like, oh wait, now hold on, this is sealing the ends. It's sealing them good. Okay, so if you're like me and you're like, I need to seal my ends on my hair oiling day to feel like my whole hair is sealed from rooted to the doodah, I recommend this product. Because, well, I recommend it because there's no other product I recommend, because it doesn't exist. This product doesn't exist outside of the company. You see how I was recommending like other deep conditioners and stuff. Like whatever I think works, I recommend. And if I can't find anything else, I'll recommend what I know works to be true. So this is the invention. This is my invention. So meaning invention, meaning there's an invention and there's no duplicate. There's nothing comparable, which is why it's an invention. Okay, cool. Just wanted to get that point across. All right. And then you're gonna, after you seal your ends, awesome sauce. Obviously, I hope I don't know if it goes without saying, but like when you're oiling your hair, if you're undoing your protective style, put it in chunky, put it in braids. I would recommend put it in braids. So like 4 braids, 6 braids, 8 braids. Like put it in braids, 2 braids. If you have like longer hair, you can do 2 or 3 braids. Like, but put it in braids. I will say twists. But I want braids have a way of locking things in, which is what you want on your moisturization. Okay, cool. Then Saturday, you're going to scalp massage for 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, and 3 10-minute scalp massages. That's it. That's the challenge, guys. It only works if you do it. I recommend you do it for 4 weeks. Like, you can keep doing it past 4 weeks, but I want you to see, like, you're gonna start getting results after 4 weeks. That's what makes the challenge super duper effective, is that it is 4 weeks. Okay, now for hair type modifications. Okay, so this challenge works for every hair type, everybody. So we're gonna go through the different modifications. Listen to the video to find out yours. Okay, because we're gonna do locs, relax / silk press, TWA, and type 1A to 2C hair. So listen for your modification. Okay, so for locs, this is suitable for weekly routine. Okay, you don't have to change anything. Everything I said you can do. Okay, you know, you can use the sealing butter to seal your ends. Like, it is effective because your hair is just in locks, but everything I said is effective. And I recommend the Coils cream because it's thicker. Unless you have thinner locks than the curls, but if you have like thick locks, the Coils cream, because you want that moisture to really penetrate your hair and stuff. So awesome. Now for my relax / silk press girlies, I want you to only spray your roots and hair with the rosemary tea mixture on your wash day reset routine. I know this goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. Your hair will revert if you apply this rosemary water daily. So it goes without saying, I'm saying it only on your wash day. Spray your roots with the rosemary tea, and you're only going to apply a small amount of curl cream, so coils or curls, before you're blow drying, and then obviously layer with your heat protectant. Your heat protectant, I feel, should be your last thing that should go on your head before the heat. And even if it's like Rev Air, you always, you know, want to make sure your hair is moisturized, but you're just putting a small amount. Like when I do it, I put a small amount of Coils cream before I blow dry my hair, and then I use my Olaplex. It's like a, I forget what it's called, but I go section by section. It's like a serum, and then I blow dry, and I do that right before I blow dry because I don't play about heat damage. I actually had heat damage last year from doing it, and I had to cut my hair, and, you know. So I'm just saying, save yourself the time and just be mindful. Okay, be mindful, demure, whatever word you want to say, cutesy with it. Just be mindful. Okay. Alrighty then. And then I want you to only use the rosemary, sorry guys, I want you to only use the raw shea butter, I was right, or the rosemary scalp oil to seal your ends, not the sealing butter. If you're relaxed, or if you're, you know, silk press, don't use this on your ends, because your ends will revert because it contains coconut milk. Okay, for our naturals, we don't mind if our, you know, for, you know, curly naturals, we don't mind because our hair is curly and it doesn't matter. Or even for type 1, type 2, like it doesn't, you know, it's there's their curl pattern, it's not going to revert because their curl pattern is a lot looser. It's a lot looser. Okay, it's not as coily or curly. But if you're silk pressed, if you want, like, I need to seal my ends, take some raw shea butter, melt it in your hand a little, seal your ends with that, or use a little bit of a nice rosemary oil, like the one from my company, DVF, or your favorite one. But don't use the sealing butter because your ends will revert, and then you'll be like, oh no, I did all that silk pressing for nothing. Okay. For TWA, suitable for weekly routine as follows. The only difference is, if your hair is so short you can't do mini twists, do finger coils. That's what I did when I first cut my hair. I mini coiled it, and I finger coiled it instead of mini twisting. So that's the only modification I recommend. And then for type 1A to 2C hair, use the curls cream for length retention and moisture maintenance. I actually know someone in real life who, obviously, who uses the curls cream, and they're type 1, like type 1B, like 1A, like straight. And from using the curl cream, the Curls curl cream, which is the lighter formulation of the Coils cream, they're starting to get slight curl definition, like it's making their curls juicy and bouncy and increasing the density of the curls, because it's strengthening those bonds. That the MSM richness really strengthens those bonds that strengthen our hair and promotes density, it promotes thickness, it promotes growth. So in addition to her having a healthy lifestyle, she has a very healthy active lifestyle as well, which you still need to have. Like, this is not, you do this and then you eat a lot of processed foods and then you don't walk and you don't exercise and then you no, this is, you do this in conjunction with a healthy lifestyle. I know a lot of the girls just say, just go drink water and you'll grow your hair. Like, that's not true. Like, taking care of your hair is how you grow your hair, but taking care of your body is the foundation for any good thing in your life. You have to take care of your body. You should be walking at least 30 minutes a day. You should be, if you can get 10,000 steps a day, which is an hour and 40 minutes of walking, and so that's 30 minutes plus 10 minutes. Like, you should be having a healthy lifestyle. I shouldn't have to, yes, you should be having foods that are lower in inflammation. Like, you should be, you know, shouldn't be like pancakes for breakfast and then a big sandwich for lunch and then pizza for dinner. Like, get some greens in there, my friends. Like, carbs aren't the enemy, but you want to make sure you're eating balanced meals. Try having a protein smoothie for breakfast with an omelet, and then for lunch have a big salad, and for dinner some protein and vegetables, and then for dessert something very cutesy, like, I don't know, a homemade dessert. If you're gonna have dessert, as much as you can, try and bake it, because you know I put eggs, butter, sugar, flour, you don't know, they be putting all these stuff in there, them desserts be out there sitting, rather than getting those pack of Oreos. And that'll let you know if you want something sweet or if you just plain. Like, if you really want something sweet, you'll make that cookie. If not, if you don't feel like baking, you don't want something sweet, you was just reaching for it because it was there and it was convenient. But if you want something sweet, go bake it. Then I will tell you if you really want a sweet treat or not. There you go. And make sure you're drinking a lot of water as well, to make sure you're staying hydrated. Like, I'm just saying that as a base for taking care of yourself, and then everything extends. Like, don't worry about hair growth if you're just not taking care of yourself. But, you know, and I say this as someone who is a cancer survivor. When I got diagnosed with 4th stage cancer, I had to see a naturopathic doctor because there was nothing that they could do. So we had to go down a different route, and I had to radically change my diet. So no processed foods, no juice, no sugar in my tea. As someone who used to dump sugar in tea by the barrel, okay, by the pallets, I was just dumping, and then I stopped doing that, cut it off, cut processed foods off, cut all these, and I had to do it very strict and I was just eating like grass-fed, red meats, wild-caught fish, pasture-raised eggs, leafy greens, brown rice. If I wanted carbs, it had to be whole grain. So I had to change my diet completely. But this is when, you know, if you saw the thumbnail, my hair was still kind of my hair was I didn't big chop yet, you know. This is before the big chop. Like, before, that's how my hair was looking before my big chop. If I had known that then, I would have probably been at tailbone length in, like, I don't know, 2 years if I had known all of this. But so my diet, so even though it helped, but it didn't automatically change my hair care routine changed my hair. My diet set the foundation. So I wish the girls would tell you that more, that diet sets the foundation. It's not going to be the reason why you went from tailbone to, from like teeny weeny afro to tailbone length in a year. Like, that's just not exactly how that works. And as far as genetics, I've said this before, but genetics plays a couple roles, right? It plays a role in your density, and it plays a role in your hair type, your hair texture, the rate at which your hair grows, the pigment of your hair. But genetics doesn't say you get long hair and you don't. That's like the biggest lie. And there's no research article. Like, you guys don't research. You guys, I don't think you're researching or going into like actual published medical journals, and there's no published medical scientific journal on PubMed, on NCBI. Like, there's nothing that says that you get long hair, you don't. It tells you those other factors, but it's not gonna say you get long hair, nah, you don't. It says scalp massaging. It says there are things you can do, but genetics doesn't determine who gets long hair and who doesn't. Okay, that's just not exactly. It's a bit more nuanced than that. you might have you know, you might have type 2 hair. You might have type 2A hair, and you might have a faster rate of growth. So because you don't have a lot of curl pattern to retain, you're gonna have a lot of growth, and you're gonna retain the length because there's no knotting. You're not gonna get that. So that's, I guess, why people make that assumption that you get long hair, you don't, and that some black women get long hair and some women don't. But that is a huge misconception. So I just want to clear that up and just clear up any confusion you might have about that. So yeah, my type 1A, 2C hair girlies use curl cream for length retention and moisture maintenance. For protective styling, just section your hair into 2 sections and put into 2 braids from scalp to ends, or as close to your scalp can be. If you can French braid down, that so you can make sure all the hair is sealed away, do that. And then you can apply a small amount of sealant butter or rosemary scalp oil to your ends. It's so rich that it would work for your ends, but if you wanted to put a little sealant butter, it would work because your curls, it might bring out a slight curl pattern, which is a good thing actually, unless you're like trying to, you know, it's not gonna revert your hair at all. There's nothing to revert to. It's not like you have like a bigger, more defined curl like type 4, type 3, type 4, where you can see like, oh, the curl is curling, like you know, black women, our curls be curling, and other hair types are type 3, type 4 will see that curl definition. Type 2, like 2B, 2C, you'll kind of see it. But so you can definitely apply this to your ends, and you're gonna lock in a lot of that. You're gonna have a lot of length retention if that's something you're struggling with, or if you have dry, brittle ends. This would be amazing for you. Just don't put too much, okay? Because you don't want your ends to get weighed, but you want to put enough where you feel it makes a difference. And for the person I know in real life who uses the curls cream and is type like 1A, 1B, like she puts a decent amount in her hair after she washes her hair, and she just diffuses her hair, and her hair is so soft, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. I'm glad to know that. So that's it. That's the challenge, guys. It's pretty simple. I mean, we have the directions. You can print them out. I mean, they're on Deanna'sBreakthroughFormula.com. Just click the DBF challenges there. If you have any questions about the company, you can email the company, someone on my team, at info@Deanna'sBreakthroughFormula.com. If you have a question about an order, then you would email support@Deanna'sBreakthroughFormula.com. So that's the respective emails. So that's the challenge. I want you guys to do the challenge with us. If you do it, you can go on the website for the different tags. I think it's hashtag the DBF challenge. You can tag at Deanna.k.east, which is my YouTube, or at glowinpeace 23, which is on my TikTok. It's up to you. I just really want to make sure you guys are having the healthiest, awesomest hair growth that you can, because I want that for you. I really do. I created this line. If I really cared about gatekeeping, I'd have just kept all this to myself, but I said I'm the only one with sealed ends. Honestly, it's very challenging running a business because I can't devote as much time to YouTube as I want to, because I'm trying, but there's like, it's like, because there's 2 like actual businesses. YouTube is a business. This company is a literal business, okay? Hello. So yeah, all right, let me know if you have any questions, guys. I love you, Jackie loves you, and we'll see you in the next video.